Welcome to Watching My Wealth, my channel where I am attempting to get money management right. Thank you for joining me today. We're about to budget my second paycheck for September, which is always an exciting day. But I wanted to first give you a little bit of an update on what's happening with me. I've decided to stop doing my weekly spending updates, which may seem a little premature given I only started this channel like 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, something ridiculous. Anyway, the reason I have decided to stop that is just because I don't have the ability to stick with a set schedule. It's becoming too difficult with my work, and I don't want to be like that. I don't want this to be stressful. This is meant to be fun. So it feels much more manageable to me to do 2 budgeting videos a month on the days that I get paid, and then a monthly review of my spending, and then potentially some other videos in between. But I will allow you to tell me whether you think that's a good idea or a bad idea, and also share with me any ideas you have around content you may like. The other reason is that the engagement on my weekly spending reviews is pretty low. So I just don't think it's content that you want. Maybe you do, but I'm happy to be proven wrong. Let me know. Okay, but for now, we will get stuck into our budgeting. I've actually started this recording about 4 times tonight. I'm not having a great night, so I'm just going to roll with it. Excuse me if I'm a little bit confused. I think I just need to go to bed soon. Okay, so I use YNAB for my budgeting, which is You Need a Budget. It's a tool centered around the zero-based budgeting process, which is that you give every dollar you receive a job. So with our amount up the top here to be budgeted, $2,547.06, our goal is to reduce that by moving those dollars into these categories below until this gets to $0 to be budgeted. All right, and if you're ready, I'm ready to go. So we'll work through category by category. The first category that I have here in my needs is rent. And my rent, as you can see on the right-hand side, I had $1,782 in the category. I've spent that much and I am now at 0. But that means that I have had money available this month. I've used the money available this month. I don't need any more money available this month. So I'm actually going to put half of my rent in for next month. I've already put $1,000 in. I'm now putting $891 in. I was splitting my transactions, or my deposits, into this category, I should say, into a $1,000 deposit and then a $782 deposit. I'm no longer going to do that now that I'm getting ahead. I actually want to just split it in half. So each fortnight I'll put $891 in, and then it makes it a lot easier to budget out the rest of my money and feel equally flush with cash in each instance. It's always hard when you're drawing down more in one paycheck than you are in the other, because then you kind of have one fortnight where you feel like a prince and one where you feel like a pauper. Anyway, so we're not going to roll with that anymore. I would just want to keep it simple and easier to manage. Okay, now flying back to September, we'll be jumping around a fair bit today, I think. My next category is utilities. I had $75 budgeted this month. I've spent $50, which was on a transaction for gas. I have an upcoming transaction below with $25 left over. My upcoming transaction is $74.65, which means I would be negative $49.65 with that next payment. So I need to put some cash in, and I need to do it for this month. And I will put in $75. Okay, so that covers that transaction. It will leave me with $25.35 for the month. Wonderful. My next category is car insurance. Again, I added 44.51. I've spent 44.51. I don't need any more money this month, so I'll skip ahead to October and I will fund that category for October. So I'm now 1 month ahead for my car insurance. Such a good feeling. Rent and car insurance 1 month ahead. Woohoo. Now, car registration is actually not due until November. I'm underfunded by 47.32, but I actually think I will put in more than that. I had allowed for $70.97. I'm not sure why I put a plus sign in there. I didn't read that, but let me put that in. And now my car registration, I am on track to reach my goal before that is due next. Fabulous. My next two categories, linked and petrol, both relate to transit. So linked is road tolls and petrol is gas. Petrol keeps my car running. We are still in a stage 4 lockdown in Melbourne. I'm not going anywhere, so these categories do not need any more money put into them for the time being. My key is public transport in Melbourne. I do not anticipate using public transport again this year, so I'm definitely not putting any money into that category. For medical, I will add $25. This is a category that I just keep adding funds to each and every fortnight in the aim of building up a fairly decent medical cushion. I've had to draw down on this fairly frequently. So while I'm well and away from all of the flu bugs and other things flying around in lockdown, it's a good time to start building that back up again. My next category is Pilates. My studio is closed at the moment. I don't know exactly when it will reopen, and I have credit available at the studio as well. So I don't need to fund this right now. And the longer I'm going without Pilates, the more I think maybe I won't go back to it. It's quite expensive because it's one-on-one with a trainer, and I'm feeling quite good without it. It is quite a luxury, and I think potentially that money could be spent in other areas of my life. Food for thought, anyway. I haven't made a firm decision on that yet. Okay, another exciting category because internet and mobile phone have already been paid for this month. So I will move forward to October and select internet and mobile phone, which are from the same supplier. The bill comes on the same day, and I will fund those in advance. So I am ready for next month. I get ridiculously excited. The same goes for raise, and actually I believe a whole other month ahead. So I can move forward to November on raise and add $2.50 here. Now raise is a micro investing tool. I have stopped using it because I just don't enjoy the experience very much. But I still have to pay a administrative fee because I have money in the account. But $2.50, I'm now 2 months ahead on that. Brilliant. My next category, we're back to September now, is stake, which is now where I'm investing my money. I'm going to add another $50 to this category. I am just slowly building this up. I'm close to hitting some of my savings goals. So once those goals are completed, I'll start adding more money more aggressively into this category. Hairdressers are closed at the moment and it's more than fully funded, so I'm not going to add anything to that. Groceries, my classic category for overspending. You'll see this month on month that I have a few categories that I just always go over on, and groceries is one of them. This month, I should say this fortnight, there's a couple of things at play here. So one, a transaction I've inputted a transaction into YNAB that hasn't actually cleared with the supplier yet, and I think it'll end up being less than what I think I'm going to be charged as they adjust for weights and all those sorts of things. And also that there is I've bought alcohol this month, so that's also, I've taken it out of this category. But anyway, I've really, yeah, I don't know what I'm searching for a reason. There isn't anything. I'm just going to add another $400. So for this month, it's only $100 additional to what I would normally budget per month, and it's left me with $63.18. So I guess it's not as bad as it seemed at first. I've overspent by a little bit, but $36.82 for the month. Not too bad. I just now need to survive on $63.18 for the rest of the fortnight. That's going to be the tricky bit. I need to make some more money, so we'll work on that. So that's all of my needs accounted for. Let's move on to my wants. My upgrade allowance. What did I buy? Oh, that's right. I decided I wasn't going to spend anything in this category this month, but then I got a really good deal on some artwork that I wanted. There was a sale on some items that I've been looking at for ages, so I did the naughty thing and I spent. So I had $61. I spent $69.60, so I overspent by $8.60. There's also another item that I have realised I need for my home, so I'm going to add a little bit more than usual and put $200 into this category, leaving me with $191.40. Uber. So this is a category again that I'm slowly funding over time. I am not in the need of using Ubers right now, but when we do reopen in Melbourne and I can return to work, I think I'll be opting for Ubers over public transport when possible. So I want to build this up, and I will do that by adding $25. My gifts category, I have overspent. I just wanted to resolve that overspending. There we go. Added $33.40 and we're now back at a $0 balance. What's next? Clothing and beauty. I'm going to add a little bit here, I think. Yes, I will. But this overspending is not what it seems, because I am owed some refunds which will reverse that. So this will all be resolved thanks to those refunds, and it's just a matter of the timing of when money has come out versus when money's going back in, and la la la. It's not a big deal. My general allowance, I don't need to pull down on this any further this month. I am going to add $100 here. My other classic overspending category is always takeaway and eating out. In my mind, I never want to get takeaway, but then I work a long day and I'm tired and it's too easy for me. So anyway, I've just got to own it and resolve the issues. So I will add $100 here. I'm also catching up with someone this weekend. I feel like we might get some takeaways. So yeah, that should be enough to cover it anyway. So that is my wants covered. And then if I scroll down into my savings area, the category I'm currently working on funding is my family fund. What this is for, I'm not really clear yet, as ridiculous as that may sound. I'm considering my options around starting a family and the various ways that I could do that. So, what this money is for, I'm not sure, but I'm trying to build it up to about $10,000. So, I'm going to take all of this remaining money and move it all to that category. Taking that to $7,714.30. I don't know why this isn't calculating here. This should normally give me a view over how much left to go, but I'm sure you can do the math. I would do it, but maybe I'll put it on the screen. Anyway, so that's it. I've budgeted my second paycheck for September. We are at zero. Brilliant. I'm super excited that I'm getting to a point where I can start funding some of my categories for the following month. From a needs perspective here, like everything is funded. $0 underfunded. It's such a good feeling. Where are we at with wants? Still underfunded by 130.69. Like I said, some of that is accounted for with this refund that I will receive that will cover that overspend there. But still, like I'm pretty happy where I'm improving in this area as time goes on. And then even in my savings category, I'm not falling that far short. So progress is real, it's happening. So I'm really, really excited. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next video.